A massive nor'easter is on track to impact nearly 70 million Americans, burying major cities along the East Coast in heavy snow. Winter storm warnings stretch from northern Georgia to Maine. The storm is already being blamed for at least 2 deaths, and power outages have forced COVID vaccination sites to shut down in many areas. Northern and central New Jersey have been hit hard. Nearly 2 feet of snow has already come down, and up to another foot could fall by Tuesday night. Mola Lenghi is in Montclair, New Jersey with the latest.
The warnings from officials were clear.
Stay inside. If there's any way you can avoid traveling today.
Because the conditions were far from clear, blizzard-like, as the first major winter storm of the year blanketed 67 million people along the East Coast.
It's been very busy since about 8 o'clock on Sunday morning. We've responded to 372 crashes altogether all across the state of Maryland.
In Connecticut, 2 people were rescued after their truck slid off a road and into this pond. In Virginia, this fire truck rolled over while responding to an emergency call, injuring the 4 firefighters inside.
If you don't need to be out, do not go out.
New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy declared a state of emergency as more than 4,000 customers lost power. Pennsylvania's snow-covered roads caused this semi-truck to jackknife over a guardrail.
This is Pennsylvania, so you have to expect bad roads in January and February.
Sadly, the weather contributed to 2 deaths, including a 67-year-old Pennsylvania woman with Alzheimer's who wandered from home and froze to death. As this same weather system buried the Midwest, dumping more than a foot of snow on Chicago. More than 1,600 flights have been canceled and schools were closed. But it's the battle against COVID-19 that's seen the biggest impact. Vaccination sites were shut down from Washington, D.C. to New York.
It's not safe out there today, so vaccinations are canceled today.
But they still played ball at Boston's Fenway Park,
Have your idea.
the city's largest vaccination site. They opened an hour early to get ahead of the storm. We were there when an ambulance came to the rescue of this medical transport van stuck carrying a dialysis patient. The larger vehicle led the way through the near whiteout conditions, getting the patient to safety. A small moment of heroism on a chaotic day. Well, here in New Jersey, plus nearly 4 dozen counties in New York, there is currently a state of emergency still in effect, and it does not look like relief is coming anytime soon, as another 4 to 6 inches are expected overnight throughout the region. Elaine?
Mola Lenghi, thank you. For more, let's bring in CBS News meteorologist and climate specialist Jeff Berardelli. Hi there, Jeff. So what can we expect from this storm? What is in the forecast?
Here's the problem. It is not moving, and it's not going to move for about 24 hours. Now, the snow is going to gradually get lighter and lighter, but it's going to continue on and off for not just 24 hours, but maybe 36 hours in some places. That's just how stuck this storm is right now, just like it was when it was over California. It got stuck for 2 days. It's doing it again here on the East Coast. So this storm has been historic on the West Coast and now the East Coast as well. But you can see the snow is kind of dying down or dissipating a little bit near New York City, but the heaviest snow is now pushing way inland into Pennsylvania, upstate New York, the Catskills, the Berkshires, Boston right now getting some moderate to occasionally heavy snow. All of Connecticut is covered under some pretty decent snow as well. Now notice the area of low pressure is right here off the Jersey coast. It keeps producing what we call convective, showery precipitation. So it's kind of scattered, and by the time it gets to New York City, it fills in, so it's a solid snow, especially when it gets west of that. This is where the mountains start, right around I-80, 287 right here. That's where the air is lifted, and that's why we're seeing tremendous snowfall totals. Some parts of New Jersey have seen, more than 2 feet of snow already. And up in the Boston area, the snow has finally moved in, and it's snowing pretty heavy, Providence and across New England as well. So this is how much snow we have on the ground right now. And by far the heaviest snow is in central and northern New Jersey. This area, pink, is over 2 feet of snow. Queens, New York City, has seen around 17 inches of snow so far. Here's the hour by hour. So notice, even though it breaks apart 8 a.m., it's still snowing in New York City and across New Jersey, which has already picked up 2+ feet of snow. Scattered snow all across New England. Here we are Tuesday at 8 p.m. Yeah, it's not snowing everywhere, but there are still some snow showers and snow flurries, and it doesn't actually exit until Wednesday morning. So it's going to be a long duration storm. And the winds are going to be long duration too, especially along the New England coast. Those are 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts, so coastal flooding and scattered power outages are a problem. Additional snowfall. So when you see the light shade of blue right there, that's 4 to 8 inches of snow in and around New York City, a little bit more than that in the Catskills, a little bit more in the Berkshires, and especially more than that as we head towards Maine, where we could see another foot of snow possible there. So it's been quite a storm, and it will continue to be quite a storm.
Well, Jeff, what is causing all this severe weather?
So about 2 to 3 weeks ago, we had something called a sudden stratospheric warming. It's a natural occurrence. It happens in the Arctic right above the North Pole. Temperatures above the North Pole all of a sudden warmed by 100 degrees in just a few days or so. Now, it happens way up in the atmosphere, 50,000 to 100,000 feet up. That happened about 2 weeks ago or so, and what happens is it just throws everything for a loop. It's really very disruptive in the Arctic, and so the jet stream, instead of being just kind of straight and strong, it becomes, you know, kind of wavy, if you would term it that way. And you can see all the waves that start to develop in the jet stream. So that causes the jet stream to buckle and bend, and it causes what we call blocks in the atmosphere, or kind of a traffic jam in the atmosphere. So when this storm hit California, it just stopped for 2 days, and it caused 15 inches of rain and over 100 inches of snow. Then, as soon as this gets to the East Coast, it puts on the brakes again. It is stuck once again with a blocking situation here across the Atlantic, and so this storm's going to be with us for quite a while. In addition to that, climate change is warming the Arctic. That's also helping to throw everything off kilter. And so we have kind of a changed atmosphere. 6 of the 10 largest snowstorms on record have happened since 2000 in Central Park. But also 3 of the least snowiest winters on record have happened since 2000. So what climate change is doing is it's making some of these big snowstorms even bigger, causing even more snowfall. But at the same standpoint, it's causing less snowstorms, and it's causing more of these snowstorms to be rain. But when there's snow, they really sock it to you. We get some really intense snowfalls.
All right, Jeff Berardelli for us. Jeff, thank you.